Test. Test. Yo guys, and I think we should be live right now. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in right now to this amazing stream here. Let's see what we can be, of course, discussing on today's stream. So, I'm right now setting up everything, and for me, it was quite hectic to get everything up and running as soon as possible. But of course, right now, guys, we are going to discuss the Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin retracing and creating a very significant retracement. Even after yesterday we were seeing some signs of strength in the market, we created another leg towards the downside, and right now, of course, I want to be going over the market, what we are currently seeing, because on the 4 hourly candles we are seeing a several amount of divergence getting created right now here, what could be suggesting that we're maybe potentially, of course, forming a bottom right now here as well. I want to be talking about some very interesting Fibonacci charts right now that could be suggesting that we're as well trying, finding very strong support on this current stage of recording. So as well, I want to be right away bringing out this to everyone here. Make sure that you're not going to be panicking, because these dumps, of course, on these dumps, a lot of people are going to exit the market because they think this is it for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is once again forming a lower high, and this is going to be the end of everything. But I can already tell you, this is of course just being September. September, of course. September is, of course, generally speaking, a bearish month. And you can still see we are seeing some more downwards pressure, but this is of course not the end of the Bitcoin bull run. That is already a thing and a standpoint that I will be still standing behind here, and I personally do expect that Bitcoin has to be holding on to a few of these important levels that I'm right now approaching in order to, of course, remain a little bit bullish here. But let me right away go over the technical analysis here, and let me start off with discussing this this very interesting schedule that I'm right now looking at. So if we're going to look at the Fibonacci extension retracement levels here, and this chart is right now suggesting some very interesting things. So if I'm setting up from this swing high over here to the swing low over here towards the high over here that we formed, of course, we are right now seeing something very interesting getting created here. The Bitcoin price action retracing back towards 0.382 here. Very strong level of previous resistance and support, like you can see over here. Very strong support over here. Once again is getting, for now on at least, still getting respected for Bitcoin on the immediate short term. This level still providing the support on Bitcoin. I personally will be for sure still anticipate Bitcoin is not easy going to break this level. Bitcoin is most likely going to be very strong on this level in terms of support. And I definitely just want to be, of course, expect still that we are going to see, of course, a very significant bounce from of this point here. And I see still a lot of people saying the bear market just has begun here. I totally disagree with it. And of course, like you guys already know here, I uploaded 3 weeks approximately ago a video here on my channel where I was discussing, of course, on this range over here, that Bitcoin was most likely going to get a correction towards levels around the 40k. Then we did saw this correction, and what I as well told to everyone out there is that everyone is going to call the Bitcoin market a bear market, and that is, oh guys, it was a little bit of a lag spike out there, I think, or wasn't it? Was there a lag spike or not? I don't think so. I don't think so. It should be up and running, by the way. But I think, yeah, maybe there was a minor relax back here. Excuse me. So, yeah, basically what I was saying here is that, of course, a lot of people are going to call bear market, and that is exactly what we need right now. Of course, you can agree or disagree with me right now. You can sell off all your Bitcoins or whatsoever. But personally, my strategy is here to not hold dollars. My strategy is to hold the most amount of Bitcoins. So I definitely should be not get worried at all if we're talking a little bit about the bigger time frame right now on Bitcoin. So when the USA wakes up, it's going to be an even more significant dump. I mean, definitely, maybe we will be seeing a very significant pump, because if we are going to go into the on-chain data in a second here, because on-chain data is right now suggesting that we're looking very strong. So let me right now as well not only talk about this very important Fibonacci level, because yes, we are seeing right now this Fibonacci retracement level over here, giving us a signal, okay, we're trading right now on very critical levels of support, and it could be for sure likely that Bitcoin is going to see a very strong bounce from off this zone here. And then, third of all, let me go over another important thing to keep your attention towards right now here, and that is, of course, the momentum indicators. Because, like you can currently see here, there are several amounts of, let me first talk about the RSI. The RSI is right now, of course, a very important momentum indicator to look at to determine if the market is either bullish or is going to be either forming a bullish or a bearish divergence, to of course expect where the market is going to be either moving towards the upside or towards the downside. And if I'm right now listening to the momentum on Bitcoin, I should rather be bullish right now. And the reason why I'm saying this right here is because the RSI is currently forming. And if you're looking and comparing this to the previous low, you can see over here, we are forming a lower low here on the RSI. And as second of all, of course, we are right now getting oversold on the RSI 4 hourly 4 hourly RSI. First of all, suggesting that the market is, of course, already oversold, and that we could be, of course, running out of this selling strength here. And second of all, if you're looking to a divergence right in the market, you can see we are forming still a higher low here on the price action, while the RSI is forming a lower low. And this is, of course, a typical hidden bullish divergence. If you don't know what it is here, and bullish divergence is basically telling us, okay, the momentum indicator is right now telling us we are still losing momentum here on the chart, while the price action is still forming a higher high. So basically gives us a signal that the sellers are getting exhausted, and that we could be seeing another significant run up towards the upside getting generated as well. Let me take a quick look here at the MACD, because if we're going to look at the MACD, I mean, yeah, we are seeing right now, of course, still a relatively normal MACD chart here. Of course, if you're going to look at these trend lines over here, and if you're going to zoom in ever so slightly, you can see right here, the lows over here that we got created here on the trend line is still a higher low than we are currently getting created here. So yeah, we are seeing as well in hidden divergence over here. But generally speaking, on this move towards the downside, yeah, we are seeing some significance coming in here on the MACD, seeing some trend and momentum losses getting generated right now here. But personally, I will be definitely expecting that Bitcoin is not either going to create another very significant drop off from here on, since of this divergence that we are seeing right now, and since of course the important Fibonacci support that is coming in towards the market. So let me as well zoom in towards the 1 hourly candles, and let me set up as well a normal Fibonacci. So let me see Fibonacci from the swing low towards swing high, and if you're setting up this Fibonacci from the swing low to swing high, you can see as well 0.786, once again providing the very strong amount of support. So yeah, the Fibonacci levels really showing the significance right now here. Fibonacci is as well a very strong tool to use to, of course, open these minor scalp trade positions towards the upside, because yeah, there's definitely a possibility to catch these minor moves here, and especially because the volatility is right now running up pretty high here on the market, it could be very likely that Bitcoin is going to move up very quickly towards the upside and towards the downside and so forth. So let me see. Hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Yeah, indeed. And I don't know what you're saying that, but definitely very important to keep your attention towards right now here. And let me see as well what we're having further here in this market. If we're going to as well look to the weekly time frame, guys, I've been raising the awareness several times about the weekly time frame. Do not get worried right now in the market. So let me go to a clear chart. And let me enable some very interesting momentum indicators. So let me first of all enable the Bollinger Bands. Of course, Bollinger Bands, we're still trading in a very healthy trend in the middle point here. So this is of course looking quite neutral. But if I'm then looking to the bull market support band, like you can see over here, we are still looking pretty bullish. Of course, yesterday we closed the weekly candle in a very healthy weekly candle close, basically, in my opinion. We could be for sure maybe go for a potential another weekly retest of the bull market support band. But of course, the last time that we of course crossed this bull market support band, we increased with an approximately 550 to 521% here. So yeah, definitely I think we still have to be bullish, of course, as long as Bitcoin is trading above the weekly time frame with this as long as we're trading above the bull market support band on the weekly time frame, we are looking very healthy and in a very good trend here, basically. And for sure, I definitely think you are on the wrong side if you're right now going to say Bitcoin is in a bear market. And second of all, if we're, let's say, going to form a bottom over here, since we're forming this hidden bullish divergence, this could be for sure as well just be a very clear higher low structure that we're currently forming. And this could be resulting in, of course, higher highs getting generated after this, of course, in my opinion. So let me say, dude, you said Bitcoin is going to 50K, and it is going to 50K. I can already tell you, Bitcoin is still going to go to 50K. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion. Of course, everyone has their own opinion about it, and maybe people are going to say you are a moonbear or whatsoever, but of course everyone called me a stupid bear once I was trading on the top. But in this range over here, you should definitely be more bullish. And right now as well, if you're not still standing on the sidelines on Bitcoin, I mean, this is the time to accumulate. And if you think Bitcoin is going to drop even further, of course every Bitcoin you are right now selling will be getting bought by a very big institution right now here. And let me as well talk about this very important signal that we're right now getting. What has been historically telling us that the market is going to be, of course, very strong here. So look at this. In the past 12 hours, we have been seeing a massive spike of an approximately 550 Bitcoins in longs getting activated here, basically. So we're seeing a lot of long orders getting filled right now here. A lot of people are looking for long positions. And of course, usually there are people that are, of course, entering long positions right now here that know more than we know. And I definitely think it is a very clear signal that you have to be paying your attention towards. First of all, this will be adding more buying strength, more buying pressure towards the market. And third of all, it is giving us a signal that probably more people, a certain amount of people know more than we know right now on the market as well. Like you can see here, since this correction that we created here, We already moved up with an approximately 10% here in the Bitcoin longs, what is equaling, of course, more than 150 million US, 165 million US dollars, excuse me, in Bitcoin longs. So that is absolutely a crazy amount of Bitcoin longs getting activated right now in the market. And if you're looking to the shorts, that is of course getting very, very exciting. All these shorts are right now running out of the market. So everyone who was in a short position is going out of the, not everyone of course, but a lot of people going out of the short position right now here, once again giving us a signal. We are seeing less sell pressure getting towards the market right now basically. And second of all, it once again gives us a signal, because usually these wheels are doing these massive trades here. They're swinging the market up and down, because these wheels have the influence of course to push prices up and down, especially in the weekends of course, and they will be benefiting from these volatile moves here. And yeah, look, like you can see over here, we created this this very significant short. We opened it. Of course, the shorts increased with approximately 60% in just a matter of 1 4-hourly candle here. You can see this was also giving us a signal. Okay, we want to be getting a little bit careful. And right now, we want to be looking, of course, at more higher price targets, because the shorts are exiting the market basically. And this will be once again as well result in, of course, less sell pressure going towards the market. So yeah, shorts and longs, very important to keep your eyes out on that. But mainly, I will be for sure keep my eyes out here on the Fibonacci here, and I definitely think this Fibonacci that we have to be looking at right now, this trend-based Fibonacci, is going to be very important, and this is most likely going to suggest that we are going to find some very strong support on this level right here. Of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards the 0.382 here, aka the 44.6k, yeah, I mean the next realistic target of support is going to be around the 43.4k. Of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards that level, it's going to be the 42.1k, and then of course the 40.3k. But as well, if we're going to be very honest with you guys, and of course, if we're enabling the daily time frame, and if we're then enabling the VPVR, aka the volume profile range here, the visible range, you know that we're right now trading still on very huge support levels. And personally, I don't really anticipate a very significant pullback below these levels, because if you're looking back to the price action of Bitcoin, you can see the 44.5k approximately has been historically a very strong barrier in terms of previous support and resistance. And if you're looking back towards the support that we found over here, it's a very clear zone of accumulation in my opinion. This is definitely the zone that you would be liking to accumulate, especially if we're talking about spot positions, of course. And this is the time. This is the time that people are panicking, and always once people are panicking, and once 80% of the people are saying to me, okay, the market is moving down, moon boys are going to get wrecked, we are going to go to 30k, bear market has started, it's just giving me more confirmations that I just want to be even more bullish. I want to be even more bullish, and I do really like this retest that we're currently getting here. First of all, it's a retest of the volume profile. Of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards the volume profile, and let's say we're going to close a daily candle below the 43k or around the 43k, we're most likely going to fall back right away towards this range between the 40 towards 41k. That's of course as well a very strong level of volume support, but this is definitely very important to keep your eyes out on here. And in my opinion, there's not a lot to worry about right now here, because yeah, this is really the time that you want to be benefiting from it, because a lot of people are right now in fear. A lot of people think the market is going to move more down, and as soon as the market is going to set a new all-time high, they will be starting to buy. But that is not the part of the strategy. The part of the strategy is to be buying once everyone is, of course, in fear. Once everyone is saying the market is going to go down, the market is dead, the bull run is over, you want to be getting greedy. And as soon as they start to have some fear, you want to be, of course, greedy. And as soon as they start to have the greed, you want to be, of course, become fearful. And it's so weird that, of course, 90% of the whole people around here were, of course, extremely bullish, and they were telling, oh no, the market is only going up and up and up, it's going up in a straight line. And right now, since we got this correction, guys, since we got this correction towards the downside over here, a lot of people right now out of nowhere are saying, no, we're going to create another leg down. No, that is not how it works, because the people that are right now going to say Bitcoin is going back to 30k, they are most likely going to go to Rex City because they are trading with their emotions. And that's the least thing, the worst thing that you could be possibly doing here in the cryptocurrency industry. And because this is, of course, a very healthy structure that we're right now seeing here. We are seeing just generally a new uptrend getting generated. We are seeing, of course, this cool off period, this reaccumulation phase, basically. This over here was a reaccumulation phase. Then we, of course, broke through critical levels of resistance of the, and of course, of previous support on the previous run-up that we got created over there. Here, we run out of steam, of course. We corrected, reaccumulated, and right now we are retesting these lows. And, of course, shaking out these last weekends. And I have been, of course, predicting that we were getting this retest, because if you don't know it, you can be literally go to my YouTube channel. You can, of course, go to my recommended video here. Oh, right now, it's live here, but on my homepage, you normally see a video that I uploaded, of course, 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago, that everyone was going to call for a bull market, a bear market, as soon as we're going to see this correction. But that's, of course, not how it works here. So, it's definitely, of course, part of the strategy right now to start accumulating more and more Bitcoins, and especially Ethereum. But let me right now talk as well a little bit about Ethereum, because yeah, Ethereum once again taking a little bit of a bigger hit here. You can see the altcoins always losing their value. But before going into Ethereum, guys, let me talk about the Bitcoin dominance, because this was a very strong prediction that we made here. And I don't know why my chart is not loading up here real quickly. My drawings are not loading up, so that's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, you guys already know I was, of course, was monitoring this double bottom that we currently are getting created. This could be, of course, a potential W that we could be getting generated. But I was already talking here on my channel for the past 2 weeks here, basically, that the altcoins are going to suffer a little bit more against Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will be leading the way right now. And of course, I've been saying it several times, because first of all, Bitcoin, marking this level and retracing back towards the 39.8%, aka this local bottom that we create here in 2017 on the Bitcoin dominance, and of course the bottom that we got created here in May 2021, and this, of course, an extreme strong level of support. And right now, since we are forming this double bottom, this is, of course, a confirmed double bottom, we could be looking for the Bitcoin dominance to increase. And what is going to happen if the Bitcoin dominance is going to increase? It's going to be basically telling us, okay, Bitcoin is most likely going to outperform these altcoins, and the altcoins are going to you suffer behind. And of course, if Bitcoin is going to correct, it means altcoins are going to correct more significantly. And if Bitcoin starts to increase once again, it's going to mean the altcoins are not going to pump so significantly as Bitcoin in percentages wise, of course. So that is definitely very important to look at. And right now, still expect that the Bitcoin dominance could be seeing another very strong rise here, maybe back towards these higher levels here around the 48%, because that is going to be the top side of the neckline here. And if we're going to see such a significant rise, this will be meaning that we're going to see an approximately rise of 6% in the altcoin dominance. But guys, the nice part about it is that we, of course, could have more and better opportunities to make bigger gains with altcoins by then, if we're going to increase towards the level. But of course, we are going to most likely create then some kind of a W, and then I will be starting to get a little bit bullish on Bitcoin on that time of recording. So yeah, for sure, I want to be not speculating what we're going to see in the coming days. Maybe we're going to fail and roll over once again, because if we're going to go for a third touch, and if we're going to start curving down from here on, I should definitely still get bearish on the Bitcoin dominance, and we could be maybe look for this low that we created here in 2017 on the Bitcoin dominance. And of course, my lowest target that we, I want to be looking at this level over here, and let me go back here. So let me go back to the daily time frame. And if we're really going to fail towards holding on towards 39.8% here, and if we're going to roll over then once again here in the Bitcoin dominance, we are going to most likely see the 35.4%, giving us a signal of a potential bottom for the Bitcoin dominance. So looking forward towards how this is going to be reacting. But of course, this is only a scenario that I should be anticipating. As soon as we're getting another touch, I will be for sure not anticipating a W anymore, because first of all, it's going to gives a signal, okay, we're already going for a third test, and the more times we're knocking on a certain door, the more likely it's going to be that we are going to be breaking below it. I sold all my crypto. I feel relieved and happy. I mean, yeah, of course, everyone has their own strategy right now here, but I personally think, if I'm going to sell my crypto right now, what am I going to sell my crypto to? What am I going to sell my crypto to? I'm going to sell my crypto for freaking dollars. And I'm not willing to hold these dollars on my bank account. For sure not. Of course, everyone has their own strategy, but my strategy here is to get the most amount of Bitcoin. I don't even care. Of course, it's nice to see the price increasing, but one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. $1 is $1. But your dollars is getting, their inflation rates on dollars is insane. And these big institutions, they want you to sell your crypto right now. They want you to sell your Bitcoin, because then they can be buying. Because there is going to be no institution that will be saying that they're going to be buying Bitcoin if they don't have enough yet here. So of course, as soon as, let's say, Apple has enough Bitcoin, they will say we own this amount of Bitcoin, and of course, they will be the price will be pumping off that, because they don't want to be buying high, of course. So let me see. Relief and happy. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we are seeing indeed on the classic stocks, it is of course getting a little bit worried right now. A lot of people, I think, once again, going to say this, too many people are saying the same thing, and then it's going to be likely that's not going to play out here as well for the SP500. The pre-market, everyone is extremely bearish on the market, but of course, the classic stocks as well, it is based off trust. And right now, if I'm looking to, let's say, the S&P 500, we are looking right now still in this clear uptrend over here, in my opinion. So you can see we're creating this upper sloping, yeah, excuse me, I want to draw a parallel channel. So let me get this parallel channel. So you can see we have approximately 3 touch points here on the top side. And if you're going to create this parallel channel towards the downside with the same amount of touch points, you can see here the S&P 500 is, of course, as well moving still in an upwards trajectory. But of course, it is getting pretty overextended. I have to be admitting that for sure. Look at this. The S&P 500 is increasing so significantly, and it looks to be going, of course, quite the parabolic structure right now. But of course, as soon as the classic stocks are going to decrease and roll over towards the downside, this is going to be resulting in, of course, lower prices for Bitcoin as well. But if you historically look back to the SP 500, we usually get these corrections, but we don't get them so often. We don't get these big shakeouts so often here, and I for sure should be very, very, very careful with anticipating such a market correction, because basically these events, of course, here we had an event. It took approximately 4 years still with a really solid correction of 50% here, and of course the next correction that we got was let me say 10 years later, and of course after that the next correction we got was approximately, let me see, that's an approximately 8 years later, and right now we are just, of course, and let me see, approximately a year. We're approximately 1.5 years away from our latest correction. So is it likely to assume that we're going to see another significant drop-off getting created here? And I see so many people right now on the internet, and that is, of course, a thing that you always have to be looking at, because there are so many people saying the same thing right now, that the stock market is going to crash. So many people say that the stock market is going to crash. It just gives me an opinion right now that the stock market isn't going to crash here, because yeah, it is, of course, right now still looking like we are still in a very significant clear uptrend here right now, and of course maybe the different stocks will be looking, some other S&P 500 stocks are looking a little bit worse right now. But if you're looking just purely to the S&P 500, we're still looking to move in a very healthy uptrend. And yes, we're seeing an ever so slightly correction, and yes, a correction in the stock market is going to be resulting in, of course, some bad momentum for Bitcoin as well. But it is also mainly because of the dollar index increasing, because you can see once again the dollar index is increasing. Of course, the stock market is decreasing and Bitcoin is decreasing. So yeah, the dollar index is very important for the stock market in general. That was also a reason why we were seeing this huge hype run up towards the upside here, basically. So yeah, it looks to be that the dollar index, of course, created here on the weekly time frame a very strong W, and it is starting to move up right now. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be reacting. But I think there are too many bears right now here and the reason, I mean, we saw it exactly as well here. We saw it here on the 30K range here. Too many people were bearish, and then we just increased. And if we're going to once again look towards CryptoCon, and if we're going to look towards the selling volume here, guys, the selling volume is not necessarily so high right now. We're not seeing this huge amount of people willing to step out of the market. That is, of course, an important thing that you have to be looking at. If not a lot of people are willing to step out of the market, and if there are not a lot of sellers, the market is not necessarily going to move down so significantly. So that is, of course, a thing that you should be paying your attention towards right now here as well. We could be looking at maybe a Fibonacci extension if we're going to set it from the bear market low to the swing high towards this low over here. And if you're going to look at this this setup over here, and if we're looking to this Fibonacci level, of course, you can first of all see we perfectly got rejected by the 0.382 here on the 51K here. This is, of course, a very clear rejection that we got over there. And then second of all, the 0.236 is an important level to hold on towards. So I will still remain extremely bullish on Bitcoin as long as we're holding this level here on the weekly time frame. Together with, of course, the bull market support band, like you can see over here, I will for sure be extremely bullish on Bitcoin as long as we're holding this level around the 0.236 here. And of course, I see a lot of people saying me, this is the same market structure, and of course I've been warning you guys already about this market structure 3-4 weeks ago here, and of course that was also my reason why I was anticipating this correction from up the 50K here. Let me go to a different chart real quickly, and let me talk about this market structure that we're right now seeing, because this is, of course, a very hot story right now here, because don't want to be shilling here, because I think I was one of the first that was recognizing this market structure. And of course, I recognized this market structure before we got this correction over here, because yeah, you can see over here we formed this very similar structure here of diminishing returns towards the upside and then a roll over towards the downside, basically. And of course, I already was, raising the awareness about this market structure while we were trading on the 52K. But then, of course, no one took me serious because, people see the price increasing and people trade with their emotions. And that is, of course, the whole big problem right now in the market. A lot of people will not get crypto rich because they are attached their emotions towards it. But yeah, right now people are saying this is the exact same structure. We're going to zero. But yeah, Bitcoin tends to repeat its market structure from the past. That's correct. But it doesn't necessarily have to happen not in my opinion. It is a fact. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. And if we're then as well going to look at a different chart, of course, it is important to take this in consideration. And you want to be always looking to worst case scenarios, but you want to be as well looking at the adoption, the growth, and how many people really want to be selling off their Bitcoin? How many of these institutions really want to be holding that dollar? I mean, the fundamentals are so different compared to these previous run-ups. You can't compare any of these cycles right now here. And at least everyone has to have their own strategy. But my strategy is just to gain the most amount of Bitcoin in my portfolio. But Len, let me then, of course, go a little bit over this bigger time frame and let me compare these cycles from halving to halving. Every single cycle. I will be putting them together and tell you guys how much time we still have in this cycle, because this cycle is just getting started. And it is so crazy because, of course, I want to be convincing you. Of course, no financial advisor whatsoever. Always do your own research. But I definitely think that you are on the wrong side if you're going to, of course, sell off your Bitcoin. Because if you're selling off your Bitcoin right now, you're most likely going to buy back for a higher price. That is most likely going to be a fact. So let me see. Let me compare. Let me set all these cycles here on one cycle. So let me, of course, adjust this. And, of course, let me talk about where we saw the cycle peaks here. Cycles. Where we saw these cycle peaks here. To, of course, tell you guys on how much time we approximately got from here on. So it does look like, of course, every single cycle had an approximately same time where, well, it was peaking out here. And, of course, if you're looking to every single cycle, it tends to take longer and longer and longer. And second of all, I don't really think that we should be really comparing these previous cycles all too much to each other, because every single cycle has their own characteristics, basically, right now. So, yeah, if you're looking to these cycles, and I have to put them in correctly like this here. You can see that we, let me first remove these. And let me only look at 2017 first. So you can see 2017, we were, of course, already trading on higher levels right now here. And of course, we really started to see this very significant rally in Q4. And of course, Q4 is still going to come up here. A lot of people are very bullish on Q4 like me, but also a lot of people will say that you shouldn't be bullish and that this is the top. Of course, some other YouTubers as well. I saw a very hot story about I think BitBoy, if I say correctly, he was calling a top in September. I don't think that's going to happen, of course, because that's going to be absolutely stupid, because we are no way going to top out. We're no way going to increase towards a new all-time high to top out. Or I don't know exactly what he was saying, so we'll be definitely not give an argument about that one or whatsoever. But if you're looking to this this market cycle here, of course, yeah, maybe we only have another 42 days in this cycle, but yeah, for sure possible. But you know, these cycles tend to take longer every single year here. And second of all, yeah, there is going to be diminishing returns. This cycle is going to be having lower returns than the previous cycles, but there is still a long way to go here, in my opinion. And if you're looking to every single cycle, I don't think that this was a blow off top, because every single time you can see over here, we increase very quickly, decrease very quickly, and that's basically a blow off top here with a big wick on the top side on the weekly time frame. We have not been getting that for sure right now. So this is definitely has not been a blow off top. This is just a reaccumulation phase that we're right now in. And like I told everyone before, I don't think that you can be comparing the cycles right now here, because Bitcoin is in a whole different wave right now here. We are in a whole different phase of the market. We are in the institutional adoption phase here, and I'm right now just taking the stream as well to give you guys a wider view of the market, because I don't think that you should be, of course, getting all too worried as well. If you're looking to the logarithmic growth curve, you can see the top side, of course, the middle side of the logarithmic growth curve providing right now the resistance on the weekly time frame over here, like you can see, but the lower side is providing us still the support. So yeah, that's pretty exciting that we are seeing together with the bull market support band. Of course, if you look at the previous cycles, you can see bull market support band was a very significant indicator to, of course, measure and look at, because this bull market support band was basically telling us always, okay, once we're touching it, you should be, of course, get a little bit bullish of it, and you should be looking for higher price targets once again. So yeah, that's pretty important and exciting to see here that we, of course, once again are retesting it successfully. And yeah, another reason to, of course, take it with a grain of salt right now, this correction, because yeah, if you're in doubt, you always want to be zooming out, and that is the reason why I am zooming out for you guys right now here. So let me as well once again look at the imminent short term once again. Lifesaver Rover, let's destroy the like button. Yeah, guys, make sure, by the way, I see we are watching with 900 of you guys out there. Make sure to smash the like button, because, guys, if you're going to smash the like button right now here, you will be helping out my channel. And first of all, second of all, it's only going to take a few seconds of your time to smash up the like button. And third of all, of course, the more people that are liking this content, the more viral cryptocurrency videos are going. And of course, the more viral cryptocurrency videos are going, the more likely it is going to be that that of course more people will be getting exposed to crypto. So make sure to smash it up right now here. It will be truly highly appreciated. So definitely can't wait to see if you guys can smash it up, maybe to 300 likes. I definitely think you guys could do that. And yeah, it would mean the world to me, of course. It would be literally mean the world to me if you could be taking a few seconds of your time right now. So let me as well discuss this trend lines that we broke. Of course, you can see over here. I was looking at these trend lines yesterday. We were getting support and resistance. We were finding support and resistance about it. And of course, as soon as we were failing to hold on towards this previous resistance line, yeah, we basically fell below it, and of course, we moved down in a very significantly, in a very fast pace, basically, to say it like that. So that was pretty interesting. By the way, on this chart right now here, we're seeing already a very significant level of previous resistance getting maybe retested right now as support. So you can see this level that we were talking about here, the 45.1k here, has been providing us very strong support in the past here. So this level, previous very strong resistance, previous very strong support, is right now getting retested as well. And you can see just a few hours ago, we were retesting this level successfully as support. And right now we're retesting it as resistance. So what is going to be important for Bitcoin to do right now here is break through this level. It's very simple. Bitcoin just has to be breaking through this level in order to, of course, increase its value once again here. Because, yeah, Bitcoin is getting a minor rejection by this level. And I will be for sure anticipate that Bitcoin is going to be having a hard time here. But we know as well, Bitcoin, there can be happening a lot of things here on these... And Bitcoin can do, of course, a lot of things here in just a matter of a few hours. So make sure that you're, of course, always going to keep your eyes on Bitcoin, because sentiments can change very quickly here. Sentiments can change very quickly. But then let me, of course, set up this Fibonacci that I was of course, approaching as my main scenario, because I think we should be, of course, take this Fibonacci as my main scenario right now to determine, of course, on how strong the support and resistance right now is. And of course, you can see 0.618 is, oh, excuse me, it's not set up rightly. But yeah, you can see right now here, the 0.382 here we're just about to hold on, of course. And right now we are going to see, of course, and we are going to witness all together if this level will be holding the price up here for Bitcoin, or if we're going to see another rejection towards maybe the 43.7k here. Because, yeah, there's still a big possibility that we're, of course, going to correction from here on. But I mean, if you're looking to the momentum indicators right now here, it is as well suggesting that we are potentially right now seeing, of course, a bullish divergence. If you don't know already, of course, it's a hidden bullish divergence. So, of course, it's not a regular bullish divergence. Of course, a regular bullish divergence is usually more stronger, but a hidden bullish divergence is as well a clear signal that the market could be, of course, seeing trend reversal, and that we could be seeing, of course, a move towards a different direction, of course, of the trend. So, if Bitcoin is going to maybe potentially create some kind of a V-shaped recovery, it's going to be signifying that the market is going to be very strong. But like we as well know from Bitcoin, is that usually near the end of the month we're seeing usually lower prices getting generated, and near the beginning of the month we're usually seeing more bullish price action getting generated. And of course, I've been already going over this several times here on the channel. And this is, of course, once again what we're seeing right now. We could be for sure stay maybe for coming days, for the coming few days, a little bit on these this lower range over here, before really moving up very significantly once again here. So yeah, let's see what that is, of course, going to be doing here. But I see some people as well asking me about Ethereum. And let me see as well what we are having on the lower time frames, because there's also a question coming in from the lower time frames. But yeah, what we are right now seeing on the lower time frames is, of course, pretty interesting. I see the 15-minute time frame right now, of course, forming some kind of a very clear trend reversal signal. So of course, I don't really take the lower time frames as trading opportunities or whatsoever. But if you're looking to the two most important momentum indicators right now, the MACD and the RSI, you can see the price action is still forming a lower low here on the price action. The RSI is still forming a higher low right now. Well, the MACD is as well forming a higher low. So yeah, we're seeing on the two different momentum indicators right now, telling us that we are most likely going to shift the trend here, because the MACD is telling us, okay, right now we're seeing a loss of selling pressure coming in towards the market. So there are getting less and less sellers towards the market, while the market is still moving down from here on. So this, of course, giving me a clear signal. This could be for sure a trend reversal signal. Together, of course, you want to be always approaching it with different and more momentum indicators. And if you're as well going to look at the RSI right now here, we're we're forming a bullish divergence over here because we're forming a higher low here on the RSI, lower low on the price action, as well telling us the sellers are running out of steam while the price action is still running down here. This is going to be most likely result in, of course, some kind of a trend reversal on the 50 minutes. So yeah, you could be, of course, see a lot of volatility entering the market once again here. And we could be seeing once again a very significant push towards the upside in the coming hours from here on, in my opinion, because it is definitely looking very strong if we're talking about the 50-minute candles. But yeah, once again, going to say it, I don't really trade the 50-minute time frame, but I'm only giving this information and only sharing the TA what we're currently having here. So let me see as well what we are having for Ethereum. And guys, I see that we're currently only 34 likes away before smashing it up to 300 likes. It will be truly amazing if you're going to take this few seconds of your time to smash up the like button. Will be very, very highly appreciated. And yeah, you will be supporting the channel, of course. So let me see. I just sold before the crash and pulled back in. I mean, you're doing a good job here, Red Zombie. Congratulations for catching this move towards the downside, of course. So let me as well take a clear look at Ethereum, because we have not been discussing Ethereum yet. And Ethereum has been, of course, suffering as well a lower low right now on the price action. We are still forming a clear lower low on the RSI. We are forming a clear downtrend here right now on the MACD. So I'm not seeing any the momentum indicators are right now not telling me that we're going to see some kind of a reversal, or that we are seeing a trend reversal signal, basically. If I'm going to look at some horizontal levels of previous resistance and support, you can see Ethereum, of course, closed below this very critical level of the $3,143 US. This level of previous resistance is right now getting retested most likely as resistance, but once again, it's going to come all down towards Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to show as a very strong potential bounce towards the upside? It will be Ethereum that's going to follow. So for sure, especially while we are seeing a lot of volatility in the Bitcoin price action, I should be for sure keep your main scenario on what is going to happen here on Bitcoin and not necessarily on Ethereum right now. So I do want to be doing, of course, a little bit more of a wider view on Ethereum right now here to zoom out ever so slightly and see what we are having on this current trend that we're in, to determine, of course, what we could be expecting for Ethereum. So if we're going to, of course, set up this is the market low. Yes, that is. To see, of course, what we could be really looking at to determine, of course, where we are most likely going to go towards. So if you're looking at Ethereum, you can see right now the 0.236 here failed to hold on. Right now, the next realistic target, and like you can see, it has been showing us already very much significance in the past here. So you can see the 0.382 here, aka the $3,000 US. It's as well a very psychological level of support. You can see over here previously we found very strong support on this level, and if we're going to retrace back towards the level, it's going to be very likely that Ethereum is going to show us a lot of strength around this range. So I'm looking forward towards how this is going to be reacting towards the market. Of course, I would for sure love to see Ethereum retrace back towards the level, because first of all, it will be suggesting and offering you a very strong buying opportunity. But usually these very strong levels, we don't necessarily see them getting reached very early, because a lot of people are anticipating these levels to accumulate, let's say, their Ethereum around. And of course, if a lot of people are willing to accumulate around this range, there are going to be some buying orders a little bit higher, but we'll be already pushing up the price ever so slightly. So yeah, for sure, if Ethereum is going to be capable to retrace back towards the $3,000 US, this is going to be a huge buy wall, and this is going to be resulting in, of course, Ethereum finding some very strong bounces, in my opinion, if we're going to be seeing this move towards the downs getting generated then. So yeah, you should be, of course, always prepared, and you should always have some money aside to accumulate these drop-offs here, but it is going to be most likely that Ethereum is going to find some very strong support around the $3,000 US range. It's not only a psychological level of support, but as well it comes together with some very important targets here in the Fibonacci. So it does look very strong. It does look very strong as well. On this Fibonacci, you can see we're right now retesting the golden pocket, the 0.382 here. So yeah, in this Fibonacci as well, we are seeing a very strong amount of support most likely getting generated from this zone. And once again, going to say this, on this level, if you're going to approach like this, you can see previously we found very strong resistance, and right now we are retesting it as support. So let's see how this is going to be resulting here. You can clearly see Ethereum got rejected in 5 daily candles in a row over here, and since, of course, breaking through that level, we are right now retesting this level successfully as support. So yeah, if we're going to take a little bit of a wider view, we are still looking pretty bullish here, in my opinion. I mean, we are not trading on these lows, and I mean, if you compare it, Ethereum is trading on levels where it was literally trading on 21 days ago. So is it looking so bad? No, in my opinion, not at all. Of course, unless you bought the top. But for me I mean, I made huge gains here on Ethereum in the last couple days here because I sold all my Ethereums, 80% of my Ethereums on the $4,000 like I announced on the channel. And if you don't believe me, you could be literally see it back on my previous videos. And of course, I told everyone that I was accumulating Ethereum on the $3,400, the $3,200, and the $3,000. And of course, all these orders already got filled here. So if Ethereum is really going to see the $3,000 once again getting reached there, I will be for sure accumulate even more Ethereum. So yeah, make sure to follow me as well here on Twitter if you want to be staying up to date about all these market developments that we are basically having here. So of course, hitting the follow button on Twitter and on YouTube here is completely for free here, and you will be staying up to date about all the market updates here. Basically, I'm doing here TA, and I will be always telling you guys what the TA is telling you. Of course, I will be not attaching my emotions towards my charting, and of course, sometimes TA can be wrong here because there's a lot of manipulation in the market, but I will be always just tell you guys what the TA is telling you, and it will be not only, let's say, make bullish predictions if the market is going up, because yeah, we were looking quite bearish on the TA on this range over here, so that is also a reason to be bearish. And right now on the TA, we are looking very strong on this range here, so I will be bullish. So you have to, of course, be patient, because trading is all coming down to be patient. Of course, you can be literally trade as well with your spot account, sell some, buy some, and that's the reason why I did sold something, a lot of my portfolio over there, bought back all around this range over here. Basically, if I'm marking a box, it was from the 3,600 towards the $3,000. Basically, in this box, I bought back here, and of course, I bought back with a huge sale here. So it's definitely a very strong decision that I made in the market, and I can't wait to see what we're going to have, of course, and I can't wait to see how the market is going to be developing of Ethereum. But yeah, right now if you're zooming out, you know this is going to be a very strong accumulation zone. You know, in the end of the day, that Ethereum is not going to be visiting these levels around the $1,700 yeah, once again ever, because yeah, basically as well, if you were looking at on-chain data, the reason why we saw this significant rise here in the market of Ethereum was basically because there were no sellers anymore. And of course, if no one was willing to sell on the $1,700, why should we be selling it in a few days below it? So I don't really get the point for a lot of people saying that we're going to go below that level. And too many people are standing on the sidelines to accumulate Bitcoin, and not everyone can be buying cheap Bitcoin. And that is the reason why we are most likely going to see an increase in valuation, because some people have to be buying high, and if you're not buying right now, most likely you're going to buy the highs. So that's most likely the market, how it is behaving itself, like always. So let me see if I can go back towards my chart I want to be looking at. Sure. So guys, let me know as well if you have some questions. Do we have some maybe some altcoins I could be looking in for you guys? It will be truly amazing if you guys have some requests for me. So yeah, Bitcoin of course getting also pretty oversold on the year on the 1 hourly candles, and on the 50-minute candles, like we just discussed, we are seeing right now a minor move towards the upside. We are getting this trend reversal signal on the 50-minute candles. We are seeing, of course, the momentum really shifting towards the bulls right now. On the lower time frames, of course, once again going to say it, I definitely should not be recommending to trade on these lower time frames. It's going to be extremely risky. We could be for sure seeing another leg down getting created here, but this is of course already the first good positive sign that we're getting in the market right now here. That's definitely a positive sign that we're right now getting on the lower time frames. So let me see. Just wait until the USA wakes up here. Yeah, there could be for sure two things happening, of course. I'm as well very curious, because in 4 hours from now on, the stock market is going to be opening. What kind of influence will be having on Bitcoin? Will be adding even more selling pressure. That is going to be likely, because if I'm looking to the pre-market right now, the stock market is going to most likely see another minor correction from here on. It could be maybe see another 1.5% correction in the SP500. And of course, if we are going to see that correction in the S&P, we are most likely going to see, of course, the Bitcoin US dollar pair as well lose a little bit of its valuation. So let's see how it's going to be reacting towards the Bitcoin market. But I do think that too many people are anticipating a certain scenario, what could be resulting in, of course, a very significant that could be, of course, resulting in that we are not going to reach this at all. So as well, you could be maybe look for a potential downward slope resist line right now, a support line, of course, right here. And of course, I will be not necessarily draw a resist line here from the top side, because I don't think it's going to be significant enough. Of course, you could have been approaching this previous level of support right now, flipping into resistance. So that's of course an important level to break right now for Bitcoin. Of course, you can see previously we got supported still by it, but right now we are getting rejected by it. So still important to break, of course. And you can see right now on the 1 hourly candle that we just closed, we were talking about it already, 45.1k. This was, of course, quite an important level that you do want to be seeing getting holding for Bitcoin. But as long as we're right now trading below it, I should be still be very neutral. For sure, Bitcoin could be seeing another leg down getting trade from here on. But right now it's too risky to, of course, do anything with trading, in my opinion. Just wait till the market is going to settle down once again here. Yes, on the 4-hour, we are seeing some bullish signals right now getting created here. But on the 1-hourly candles, we are currently still seeing a very massive rejection by this point. And this could be for sure signify that we are maybe going to see another retracement back towards the 43.9k before then maybe potentially move up from here on. So some people are asking me sell or buy. For sure, I want to be saying something about that. I can't give you any financial advice, unfortunately. In my personal opinion, I definitely don't think it's smart to sell your Bitcoins off right now here. I mean, personally, I've been only accumulating more because you want to be, of course, accumulating once the prices are going down, and you want to be selling once the prices is going up here. So, guys, yeah, that's basically very, very simple math that I'm explaining here. So, a lot of people are asking me about Cardano. So, let me have a quick look at Cardano, because Cardano is correcting, of course, very significantly once again. Of course, it broke down of this symmetrical triangle. I told everyone before I should not short it. Of course, in hindsight, you could have been shorting this for sure, because this was already an approximately 13% move here. We broke down of this symmetrical triangle, but I don't think that we're going to necessarily reach this price target, because as soon, like I told everyone before, as Bitcoin is going to dump, it's going to be Cardano is going to follow. If Bitcoin is going to pump, Cardano is going to follow as well, and most likely a more rapid pace. So I personally get very excited about Cardano if I'm going to talk about it, because I think, especially as soon as the DeFi is live here on Cardano, it will be once again most likely create another stick hype run up here, etc., etc. And I do think that, yeah, Cardano could be seeing once again a very significant rise here. If you're not owning any Cardano, I think it is irresponsible. Of course, we have been seeing a pretty bearish daily daily candle close, because if you're looking to the daily, you can see, I mean, not necessarily, by the way. I mean, this daily candle is pretty bearish, but yeah, it will be really coming down on how this daily candle is going to close. If this daily candle is going to close once again below its previous also, it's going to be a little bit more bearish for Ethereum, for Cardano in the imminent short term, because, yeah, it closed below the previous all-time highs, of course, always a bad sign, basically. But, yeah, let's see how it's going to be resulting. We are still running as well in towards this very critical level of previous very, very strong resistance, what could be potentially right now flipping very strong support. So, yeah, if you're really looking at some horizontal levels, you could be approaching that level for sure. As well, if we're going to set up once again a Fibonacci here, and let me see what we're having for this current trend over here. You can see if we're looking to the daily time frame, and let me remove this orange box for a second here. You can see, first of all, 0.5 was holding on very strong here for the Cardano price action, basically. Right now, of course, we started to retrace, and of course, we failed to hold on towards 0.5, basically, on the Fibonacci. You can see 3 days ago, we failed to hold on towards the level. Then we got rejected by that level. And of course, yesterday, we got, the volatile of the rejection. And right now, we are retracing towards the 0.618 in the Fibonacci. So, yeah, this is basically, in this Fibonacci scenario, this is going to be the golden pocket. So 0.618 here is you could be making this golden, basically. So yeah, this is of course going to be a very important level that you should be approaching, and an important level to as well hold on towards for this Fibonacci chart and for the Cardano price action. Of course, we still have another 15 hours in this day, so anything can still happen here with Cardano. We could be still for sure seeing a very significant wick getting created here on today's candle. So do of course give you more a sign of where the market is going to go towards. I have to wait for this daily candle close, because if this daily candle close is going to close below this 0.618 here, I should be looking for an potential, of course, another potential correction towards maybe levels around 0.786 here. So yeah, looking forward towards where we're going to go towards, and definitely can't wait to see how this is going to go. In the USA, it's right now 5 a.m. So pretty crazy. I'm going to it's going to be very interesting where we're going to end, of course. And guys, let me see at the chat. Because I as well put up a poll approximately 15 minutes ago here. What happens first for Bitcoin? 50k Bitcoin, 40k Bitcoin. And right now, 60% of the people is saying 40k Bitcoin, and only 41% of the people is saying 50k Bitcoin. So once again, very interesting opinion, of course, what we're having right now. Of course, I like to see what you guys really think of the market right now. So yeah, we are, of course, right now on 45k, so we're basically 50-50 away from it. The personally, I do think it's going to be relatively hard to reach the 40k, in my opinion. It's going to be relatively hard to reach the 40k. And there are several reasons for it. We are seeing the RSI on the 4-hour getting oversold territory. It has been, generally speaking, a very good accumulation. Second of all, we are seeing a hidden bullish divergence getting created here. Also important to know here. And yeah, these are the important things that you should be looking out for right now here. These are definitely the important things that you should be looking out for right now here. So as well. I saw some people say something like that we're creating a pattern on imminent volatility on the daily time frame, because if you're looking to the RSI, guys, and I don't know exactly who it was, but I have to give you a big shout out for it. So yeah, like you can see over here on the RSI, we are forming some kind of a symmetrical triangle, some kind of a consolidation pattern, while breaking, of course, through this downtrend. Well, breaking through this downtrend over here, we of course started to create this ready towards the upside, basically. So let me make this red for a second. So you can see we broke through this downtrend on Bitcoin on the RSI. Since we were breaking through this downtrend on the RSI, we started, of course, this rally towards the upside, basically. The volatility was increasing back towards the upside. And right now we're creating some kind of a new consolidation pattern. So Bitcoin is, of course, consolidating. And if we're looking to the momentum support line, basically, the RSI support line, it looks to be that we're, of course, either on the verge of breaking down right now, or either we're, of course, on the verge of course, getting a very significant supportive bounce towards the upside right here. So it's going to be quite interesting what Bitcoin is going to do here as well. If you're still going to approach it on the daily time frame, you can see over here, we are still trading on this support line over here. This is an important support line to look at. And well, of course, the RSI is as well trading on support. The daily time frame is as well trading on support. So two important levels to look at right now here. Is this going to be a level that we're going to hold? I do expect this is going to be a level that we're not easily going to break below of. And yeah, today I just took this live stream basically to zoom out. I of course talk a lot about the daily time frame, of course, a little bit about the 4 hour, 1 hour and a minute short term, of course. But mainly I have been talking about the daily time frame because I think it's right now really important to zoom out ever so slightly, because a lot of people are getting we are still trading against and slash in against the ribbon. It's going to be, once again, very important how today's candle is going to close. Are we going to once again create a wick like we did over here? It's for sure possible, because we have another 15 hours on this daily candle. Are we going to see another leg down getting created from here on? Still possible. Are we going to break below the EMA ribbon? It's going to be, of course, a quite bearish signal that we're going to get here, because it's going to show us that the daily candles is going to lose even more momentum. But then, of course, it's going to be as well important to see where this daily candle will be closing. Will be closing below our support target. It's going to be even more worse. Are we going to still trade above our support target on the daily time frame? It's going to be, of course, still relatively bullish to neutral, because I do think every single retest that we're getting on this level is not necessarily bearish, because you can see this level of resistance that we got over here. Let me remove the EMA ribbon for a second. Let me remove as well the RSI, basically. This, of course, has been proving itself to be a very strong level of resistance. So you can see 3 clear rejection points, and these rejection points was, of course, always resulting. Look at this. We touched it here. We, of course, corrected with 15%. We touch it here. We corrected with 27%. We touch it here. We correct with 12%. And right now, of course, since we touched it over here towards the upside, we increased 25%. So this is a very strong level that showed us that a lot of buy orders and sell orders are basically based off this trend line, because it has been proving itself to be major resistance and major support. And these major support targets, of course, already showing the significance here on the past days here. If we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, it's going to be more bearish, of course, on the market. But right now, it looks to be that we did touch this level already. So that's, of course, a relatively good sign for me. We already touched this level, and right now we just have to wait and see on how the market is going to be reacting towards it as well. You could be maybe potentially look at an downward sloping resistance line over here. Of course, here we're still clear fake. Maybe you could be approaching more like that here, but I will be not necessarily approach it on that the way, of course. So yeah, you can see as well, if you're going to put up an horizontal level on the low that we got created here, basically after the Tesla pump here, we saw, of course, a low getting created here on the 6th of February. This was basically the low that we hold with a double bottom. This is, of course, going to be a very important level that you have to be approaching on the daily time frame. And what you can see on this level as well, that if you're going back to the time that we're right now trading on, is that this level has been providing is the resistance, support, and right now, once again, support. So yeah, there are a lot of levels that we have to be waiting for to see what Bitcoin is going to do on today's candle. If Bitcoin is really going to close below the support line, yeah, it will be most likely be a little bit more bearish on the imminent short term. But it could be for sure as well be manipulation. But then, of course, we have to be looking, of course, on what the Bitcoin on the lower time frame is telling us by then. But if we're just going to purely look at the daily time frame, it's going to be important that Bitcoin is going to hold this level. And it's all down to Bitcoin right now. I mean, yeah, I can say we're going to bounce from here or we aren't. I mean, it comes down to how this daily candle will close. If we're going to close below it, we, of course, have not seen the bounce, and we will be most likely see a bit of more sell pressure. Maybe we could be then potentially go back towards the $42,000 doing the same. It first, of course, creates fear, and that fear will be shaking up people. And as soon as there are enough people out of the market, the prices start to run up, of course. So But first of all, I have been doing a prediction that, of course, on this correction that we were getting over here, that a lot of people are going to call bear market, and as soon as everyone is going to call bear market, I will be flip extremely bullish, and everyone will be starting to call me moon boy. I have been doing that prediction. And it is still live on my channel. You can find it back on my previous videos. But yeah, that was of course a prediction I made, and of course, as soon as everyone is going to call a bear market, it will be flipping me bullish, because a lot of weak hands are going to exit the market. And the reason why I do think it is not a bear market right now is because we are in a way different market structure like we have been before. I mean, the interest in Bitcoin has never been so sick, so great here. And basically, the pump that we got here, this is not the retail pump that we saw over here. This has been a retail pump. Of course, there was quite a lot of retail money involved. Of course, don't get me wrong. But this was not necessarily the retail pump that we got. And right now still, we have not been seeing this real big retail pump. No, we have been only seeing these institutional pumps. And how do I know this? This is basically very simple. Google trends Bitcoin. There has been not so many search terms on Bitcoin that you want to be seeing, of course, if you're going to, let's say, call for a potential blow off top or whatsoever. If you compare it to 2017. Bitcoin search terms has not been so high. Right now still, look at this, September. The search terms on these past 3-4 months, they have been extremely low. And this rally towards the upside, guys, look at this. This rally towards the upside, basically, this was once again not a retail pump that we got. Not at all. Because, yeah, I will be once again saying it, for sure, there were some retailers involved of it. And what the frings is going on? I see that we're, right now, 600 viewers just gone away from the stream. I don't know exactly what this is. Guys, what is the stream lagging or whatsoever? I don't know what this is. I don't know. Rover is always bullish. That's not true. That's not true, because everyone called me bullish once we were training on that. Sorry, speed up Rover. What? Ah. So yeah, let's see what we're doing here. But yeah, nevertheless here, yeah, Bitcoin basically. If we're looking to Google Trends, it's definitely not a retail pump that we're currently getting here. So, yeah, let's see how this is going to be ending here. I don't think that we are going to see this. I definitely will be saying this was definitely not a very significant... This was not a very significant retail pump, because, yeah, we were not seeing the high amounts of interest here getting created. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Excuse me so much here. Like you can see here in front of your screen, it was not a very significant amount of retail people stepping in towards the market, because the interest was still standing pretty low over here. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be ending here. Stream lagged. Oh, excuse me so much. Yeah, I see it already. Everyone is tuning in once again. Excuse me if the stream is lagging sometimes here. I definitely don't have any influence on the connection over here. And in approximately 4 days, I'm going back to my own crib once again, and I will be having my my great setup, of course. So yeah, looking forward towards going back, of course, and crushing the mark from there on once again, because there, of course, my setup is way better, and of course, will always keep you guys informed. And can't wait to see what we're going to have here. But once again, they want you to, of course, exit the market right now here, because that's exactly the strategy of these whales. They want you to panic. They want you... I mean, they are probably recreating this structure like we saw over here. I mean, there are a lot of people that have a lot of influence on the market, and it's, of course, a bad thing, because the market is right now still so young. They can do it, but still, you want to be raising the awareness about that these things happen. There was an ad. There was an ad? I don't know why. I had to refresh. Let me see. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why that happens. I don't know how. I don't have any influence on it. So guys, make sure to smash the like button. It will be truly amazing. Let me see as well. Your connection. We got disconnected, but back online. Okay, that's very nice to know here. Excuse me so much for the connection. When are you moving to Spain? I'm going to Spain most likely beginning next year. I'm going to look and, of course, get myself a house over there. So, of course, I'm looking forward towards going to Spain, of course. I'm looking forward towards going to Spain, but for me, it's going to come down to Bitcoin. I mean, I will be not taking some profits on huge profits on Bitcoin. Not huge. I mean, I will be not taking necessarily big profits on Bitcoin before we're going to reach 100K, because that's not part of my strategy, and I will be for sure not doing so. I definitely think it's stupid for me to right now buy a house or whatsoever. So that's the reason why I'm waiting. Because yeah, I'm a real investor, and if I can make more gains, I will be always doing so. And right now is not the time to spend your money on these things here. For me right now, it's the time to stack up more. It's time to stack up more, and it's time to not spend your Bitcoin. It's not definitely the time to spend your Bitcoin. I mean, of course, while you're, let's say, sitting on all-time highs, you could be maybe thinking, okay, I want to lock in some profits, and how I'm going to do so? I mean, putting your money into bricks. It's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing, and it's of course once again diversifying your portfolio. But right now, is it smart? No, I don't think so, because we are not very overvalued. We're yeah, of course, in my opinion, in a very good accumulation zone. So I should rather sell my house right now than buy a house right here. Why not Portugal? I don't know. Are you going to ever come to Australia? For sure. I want to be traveling all over the world. So for sure, I want to be going to Austria. I don't know yet when. Definitely my planning on what I'm going to do here with my life. I don't know yet. I'm just going to just travel all around the world here. Going to be making myself an even better person in crypto. Going to be, of course, become only better and better in trading, and of course, develop my skills and crush the market even further. And of course, accumulate the most amount of Bitcoin, because that's my end goal. My end goal here is to have the most amount of Bitcoin and generate wealth. Yeah, wealth that has been life-changing wealth, basically. That's my goal with crypto, and I definitely think it's achievable. Buy a house when the market is crashing. I mean, you never know. It's as well with the house markets. I mean, in Spain you can buy a very cheap house, so that's the reason why I'm looking to Spain right now here. And I definitely think the house prices is a very weird conversation that you can have with each other, because a lot of people have different opinions about it. But the fact is that there is still a huge amount of people looking for houses, at least in the Netherlands. Of course, I know in different countries it's different. But in the Netherlands, they right now have a huge amount of people that are looking for houses. Prices only keep rising and rising, and they're not building enough. They're not building enough. So I don't see how we're going to overcome this this problem in the coming 10 years, at least in the coming 10 years. And of course, within some people with a crisis, the house price will going to decrease once again. But then still, we are going to have a huge amount of people without houses. So we always need houses. At least that's so in the Netherlands. Of course, I know in different places all over the world, it is working a little bit differently. I mean, I know in Dubai, of course, a lot of houses are empty, so it's a little bit cheaper here as well. A lot of getting built right now. So it's definitely on every place in the world differently right now. So or to keep your eyes out on that in the meantime. So yeah, Bitcoin is still 40 minutes in this 1 hourly candles, but we are right now trying to push up through this 45.1k level here. Let's see if we could be potentially break through of this level, guys. It's going to be pretty important. But yeah, if you want to be finding out if we're going to break through of this level, make sure to follow me on Twitter, because right now I will be wrapping up the stream, because I have to go out right now, and I will be back later today, guys, with more update videos. If Bitcoin is going to create some volatility shocks or whatsoever, or Bitcoin is going to do something interesting, we're seeing a clear reversal pattern, we're seeing a bullish or a very significant divergence getting created here, we're seeing a very significant trading opportunity whatsoever playing out on the market, I will be dropping out this such a quick update video here. So don't forget to ring the bell notification right now here on the channel. If you're ringing the bell notification, and of course on this channel right now, you will be not missing out on these quick update videos that we're making on the market. So yeah, highly appreciate if you're going to do so right now here. So guys, thank you so much for watching once again to my amazing new live stream that we did here on the channel. If you find any valuable information about this on this video as well here, make sure to smash up the like button, and of course don't forget to follow me on your follow me on my socials here in the link description. So guys, thank you so much once again for watching this amazing stream here, and I will be back later today with more update videos here on the market. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and peace out. Goodbye.